stretch. Home opener went pretty fantastic. Both men and women's walking away in first. But the rest of the season, what are you looking forward to this year?
Every meet's another step in the process. It's pretty simple. We're just trying to get better every time out, to get a little bit better. If there's something, the men's group is a little different than the women's group sometimes. So we're trying to maybe it might be different things we're trying to work on the women's team versus what we're working on the men's team, but to get a little bit better. As Abby mentioned, every meet gets a little bit better competition. This is a little bit better competition than the opener. And then next week we go to Missouri. That'll be a little bit better competition this meet. Then we host our Arturo meet, and that'll be the best meet we see during the regular season before heading into the championship time of the year. So, we're just working hard right now. I've asked a lot of them the last few weeks, and they've been really doing a great job. I'm sure, you could see on Tuesday, the hard workout we had on Tuesday, people were getting a little tired. We had hot and humid weather on Tuesday, and people were a little tired out there, but that's because we've been working hard. And so, now's the fun, so we get to race. That's the fun stuff. So, like I said, just another step along the way. Try to get a little bit better than we were last time, and then evaluate. After that, we'll evaluate where we are and try to get a little bit better than that the next time out.
Like Abby mentioned, you have a good, like a handful of seniors returning,
Yep.
So it's almost like a same team from last year. But what's different about this team this year, both men and women?
Well, the biggest change, I think, is, we're just kind of back to normal. Last year was really and the COVID, not that COVID's disappeared, but the protocols and everything we had to go through a year ago, I think people just handled it differently. And you started to see that in how people, you got to know a lot more about people's personalities by how they could handle it. Some people, it stressed them out, and it caused issues. And now we're kind of back to close to normal. And it's a lot more fun, so having the seniors back and the upperclassmen back, the returnees back, I think it's good. We've got a lot of good leaders in that group, and then that mixed with that in the freshmen, and it's on the women's side, it's a really good freshman group. On the men's side, we were not going to rely on the freshmen on the men's side very much, because most of them are most likely going to redshirt. And they don't have to come in and contribute right away. On the women's side, we got some women that are going to come in and contribute right away. Gemma Goddard won the first meet we had as a freshman, so they're going to have a bigger impact on us, and it's great to have that kind of that fresh, positive, excited mentality with the freshmen they bring into it, while at the same time the upperclassmen like Abby, they got to hold them back. Hey, it's a long year. That's when she's talking about holding them back a little bit. It's a long year. Because we start cross country in the middle of August, and we're running through the end of track season, which is in June. And there's not much breaks in there. You got cross country right into indoor season, right into outdoor season. So it's a long year, and they don't experience that in high school, whereas you experience that in college. So.
And then I have one more question. This focusing on the invitationals
Yep.
this weekend, it's free and open to the public. Why? I know why, but why should people watching this want to come out and see these things?
I think if you've never seen a cross country meet, you might be blown away by the atmosphere. I heard some. I think it was on a TikTok or something, where a mom was talking about being a cross country parent. She's like, well, we do as much running as the kids do, and sometimes you can see that across. You get cross country meet. They start, and the runners go by, and then all the fans run to the next spot to go watch them, and then they run by, and then you see the fans run to the next spot. And when it's a big meet with a lot of spectators, sometimes just standing back and looking at it all is kind of a fun experience. But the real reason we want to see it is because we've got some outstanding athletes. We've got some outstanding people. It's another chance, if you're an Aggie fan, to cheer on us as we go against some teams mainly from within the state. And to see a beautiful course. We are so fortunate to have the Watts cross country course. It's unbelievable. It's one of the premier cross country courses in the nation, and we've got it right here in our own backyard. So.
With a small sample size of meets so far, what are you seeing for both teams that you want to see out of this meet to make that next progression?
Specifically, we want to, with this meet, we're going to use this meet to work on some tactics. We're going to do some stuff. The first meet we really controlled. I just had them run very controlled. I'm going to give them a little bit more freedom this meet individually, where you don't have to run with this person, and this person doesn't have to run with this person, which we kind of choreographed the first meet a little bit more than from now on. This will give them a little bit more freedom. I do want to see them be a little bit more aggressive at the start, because as we go to meets, further on down the road, as the competition amps up a little bit, it's just going to naturally go out faster. So we're trying to this week try to go out a little bit more aggressively to get to, stick our nose in the race a little bit more, within reason, of course. And but still, we want to work together. A lot of things we're just doing in training, where we're trying to get the groups to learn how to run together as long as possible. I mean, obviously you don't want to hold somebody back to run with somebody else, but if they can help each other along the way, that's huge in cross country. There's nothing like somebody from one team running, and all of a sudden they get passed by 3 or 4 people from the same team, and it's powerful for the team doing the passing, and it's deflating for the people being passed. So those are things we'll work on a little bit. All right.